On February 5th, as the Beatles return from their Paris trip, it's announced that they'll be leaving in 2 days for America, where their singles hold down the top 3 spots on the charts. The Times ran a piece entitled, "Singing Beatles Prepare for U.S." It said, "A multi-million-dollar industry, the Beatles, returned from Paris today to prepare for an American debut as Britain's hottest commodity. A quartet of mop-haired beat singers who hold their guitars like watering cans will leave Friday for New York." On the 7th of February in London, 4 nervous Beatles and their entourage, including Phil Spector, board Pan Am Flight 101, afraid that their appearance in the U.S. will be a flop.
I remember Phil was so paranoid about flying that he cancelled his flight until our flight and booked on the same flight as us because he thought that we were winners and so he wouldn't crash.
In New York, radio stations were giving the time in Beatle minutes and the weather in Beatle degrees. At 1:35 that afternoon, they arrived at New York Airport and were greeted by hysteria. "10,000 fans filled the airport with the song, 'We Love You, Beatles, Oh Yes We Do.'"
We love you, Beatles, oh yes we do. We don't love anyone as much as you. When you're not with us, we're blue.
It's a mob, you know, they're just a part of the mob. I mean, they're monkey see, monkey do, so they come running. That's all, just like a bunch of monkeys, you know?
You look like a housewife. Are you out here to see the Beatles?
Oh, you must be kidding. My husband's coming in. Otherwise, do you think I fight this motley crew?
How old are you?
I'm 16.
Why are you here?
Because everybody else is here. I don't know.
Did you cut school to come down here?
No, we have half day. I cut school.
What do you think of the Beatles?
I think they're fabulous.
Live Arkansas.
You came up from Arkansas to see the Beatles?
Yeah, University of Arkansas, Fayetteville.
What do you think of the Beatles?
Oh, okay. I want to come see excitement more than anything else.
Where are you from?
Elmont, Long Island. We love the Beatles. We love them. We've been here for 2 hours.
Brian Epstein described their arrival later in his book, A Cellar Full of Noise. He said, "As we waited until the other passengers got off the plane and the 4 Beatles made their first appearance on American soil, there was a tumult of wild screams and applause from the fantastic crowd. It seems the entire building, the whole of the top of the airport, was filled with people. It was tremendously exciting and one of the most memorable moments of my life. I have never before or since seen so many photographers lined up anywhere in the world." An official at the airport shook his head and said, "We've never seen anything like this before. Never, not even for kings and queens." When they landed, the Beatles went to the biggest press conference they had ever had.
They started asking us all funny questions, so we just started answering them with stupid answers.
Are you in favor of the lunacy that you create?
No, it's great. We like lunatics. Yeah. It's healthy.
Would you sing a song?
No. Sorry. No, we need money first.
How much money do you intend to take out of America?
Oh, about half a crown, $2. Depends on the tax.
Are you for Elvis Presley's?
He must be blind. It's not true.
Do you ever get haircuts?
No.
I had one yesterday.
And that's no lie. That's the truth.
Honest, that's it.
No, I think he missed. No?
No, he didn't, no.
You should have seen him the day before.
Okay, one here.
How do you account for your great success?
If we knew we'd form another group and be managers.
Why do you sing like Americans but speak with an English accent?
That is English, actually.
It's not English, it's Liverpudlian, you see.
Well, the Liverpool accent, so the way you say some of the words. No, you say grass instead of grass.
Grass?
Well, that sounds a bit American. So there you go. Liverpool.
When are you going to retire?
No, probably
No,
not.
we're going to keep going as long as we can.
When we get fed up with it, we're still enjoying it now.
Any minute now.
So much money in
No, as long as we enjoy it, we'll do it. Because we enjoyed it before we made any money.
What do you think of Beethoven?
Great, especially his poems.
The Beatles were then taken to the Plaza Hotel, which was besieged by screaming fans.
Yeah, they're upstairs, right over there. Look at there. There he is. at the window. Look, there he is at the window. I think it's Ringo. Ringo, short, because he's short. There he is. Look at him. I swear. There he is. That's great. The hair's what makes them. It distinguishes them from all others. Ah!
By Sunday, February 9th, George, Paul, John, and Ringo were ready for their first national appearance.
Now, yesterday and today, our theater's been jammed with newspapermen and hundreds of photographers from all over the nation, and these veterans agree with me that the city never has witnessed the excitement stirred by these youngsters from Liverpool who call themselves the Beatles. Now, tonight, you're going to twice be entertained by them. Right now, and again in the second half of our show. Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles!
The Beatles first appeared on our show February 9th, 1964. And I've never seen any scenes to compare with the bedlam that was occasioned by their debut on our show. Broadway was just jammed with people for almost eight blocks. It was completely jammed with people. They were screaming and yelling. They stopped traffic. It was just indescribable. And on that same bill with them were the youngsters from the Broadway hit of that day, Oliver, comedian Frank Gorshin, Tessie O'Shea. It was just bedlam. There's never been anything like it in show business. And the New York City police are very happy it hasn't and won't happen again.
The show had been sold out for weeks. 50,000 requests were made for the 728 available seats. It was enormously successful and was seen by a record 73 million people. After the show, Elvis Presley sent them a congratulatory telegram. Billy Graham broke his strict rule of not watching television on the Sabbath just to see them and said, quote, "They're a passing phase. All are symptoms of the uncertainty of the times and the confusion about us." Brian Epstein thought it was perfect timing.
Going over at that particular moment for those two Ed Sullivan shows could not have been more right. The records were just at the top. They'd been at the top for a couple of weeks and they were still at the top.
The New York police reported that during the broadcast, not one hubcap had been stolen, and not one major crime was committed by a teenager in all of North America. Another product of this hysteria was a song by Bonnie Jo Mason, better known later as Cher. Other songs from this time include this by the Vernon Girls. And this by the Carefrees.
We love you, Beatles. Oh, yes, we do. We love you, Beatles. And we'll be true. When you're not near to us, we're blue. Oh, Beatles, we love you. Yeah, 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 yeah.
On February 11th, they did their first live U.S. concert at the Washington Coliseum with Tommy Road, the Chiffons, and the Caravels in front of 20,000 screaming fans.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much. This next song that we'd like to sing, before we do it, we'd like to thank everybody here in America, Washington, America, We'd like to thank everybody for buying this particular record and starting this thing off in America and giving us the chance to come here and see you all in Washington. Thank you.
Afterwards, they went to their first and last reception at the British Embassy in Washington.
I think they're fine. I think they're a riot. I know that they've given me more work to do than I've had at any time since the Queen of England was here 7 years ago.
Mr. Mitchell, I know you're a diplomat. Can I throw you sort of a diplomatic curve?
By all means.
One wit said that the Beatles were the British payment for the Sky Bowl. You think there's any validity in that?
No, I wouldn't say they're the British payment for the Sky Bolt. No, let us say they're the British payment for all that spam you sent us during the war.
Although the ambassador and his wife were very nice, their guests were strangely lacking in etiquette. Several guests demanded autographs, and one lady cut a lock of Ringo's hair off. The Beatles were less than amused. On February 12th, they did the 2 shows at Carnegie Hall, arranged by Sid Bernstein.
It was one of the great days of my life. It was the Beatles' first visit to America.
The next day, they flew to Miami and enjoyed a few days in the sun.
We went out on a yacht today, you know, we sort of bathed around a bit. Very good it was.
Then, on the 15th, they rehearsed for their second appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show, which was televised the 16th.
The Beatles!
On February 21st, it's reported that the Beatles have been voted Show Business Personalities of the Year by the Variety Club of Great Britain.
I'd just like to say the same as the others. Thanks for the Purple Hearts. Silver. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, Harold.
When the Beatles arrived back in Britain from their first American tour on February 22nd, Ringo told the reporters that what had happened in the U.S. was just like in Britain, only 10 times bigger.
We never expected anything like this.
George's only complaint was about the jelly babies the fans kept throwing at him on stage. He said, "They don't have soft jelly babies in the States, but hard ones, just like bullets."
What impressed you most about the place? You have time to take anything in properly?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think I enjoyed the sun in Miami most of all. You know, healthy.
You're the healthy one.
No, but the sun was sort of
very healthy.
Yeah, very healthy.
Did you have a chance to get away from anybody at any time on the trip?
Yeah.
You got away from me twice.
What did you most like about the trip, Ringo?
Oh, I just loved all of it, you know, especially Miami. The sun, you know. I didn't know what it meant till I went over there.
Don't you get it up in Liverpool?
No, they finished up there, you know. Cut it out.
Did you ever have a chance, John, to just get away on your own without anybody recognising you?
We borrowed a couple of millionaires' houses, you know.
Well, we did. You could afford to buy a couple of millionaires' houses, couldn't you?
No, we'd sooner borrow them, it's cheaper.
John was asked if he was surprised at their success in the U.S.
We didn't think we stood a chance in Heath. We just didn't imagine it at all. We didn't even bother. We were just even when we came over to America the first time, we were only coming over to buy LPs. I know our manager had plans for Ed Sullivan shows, but we thought at least we'll hear the sounds when we get over there. It was just out of the dark, you know. You know, that's the truth. It's so out of the dark. We were knocked out like we didn't know what happened.
Paul has a different story.
We were working on the whole thing, and so by the time we sort of got to the States there, say, for instance, the hair, what was really a bit of an accident, and it was really sort of what a lot of artsy people were doing anyway. We were the first with it in the States, so it looked like we'd invented it. Actually, the story was not half as exciting. It was much more ordinary, like life is. But by the time it actually got to the presentation on the Ed Sullivan Show, the biggest show in the States, and there we were with these funny haircuts, it was us. Everyone used to say, "You started the Beatle haircut." And so it was like just distilling the whole essences of all these changes we were going through, and we just laid it all in one big move on the Americans. That's why it had such a big shocking effect.
For the rest of the month, hysteria continued, though their appearances were few. John's first book, in his own right, came out at the beginning of March. The book went right to the top of the bestseller lists, leaving James Bond behind.
This one's called I Sat Be Lonely, right. I sat be lonely down a tree, humbled, fat and small. A little lady sing to me, I couldn't see at all. I'm looking up and at the sky to find such wondrous voice. Puzzle, puzzle, wonder why I hear but have no choice. Speak up, come forth, you ravel me, I potty menthol shout. I know you hid by this tree, but still she won't come out. Such softly singing lulled me sleep an hour or two or so. I waked me slow and took a peep, and still no lady show. Then suddy on a little twig I thought I see a sight, a tiny little tiny pig that sing with all its might. I thought you were a lady, I giggle, well I may. To my surprise the lady got up and flew away. The end.
Later in the month, John is awarded a prestigious literary prize. For his acceptance speech at a special luncheon, John said simply,
Thank you very much, and God bless you. You've got a lucky face.
The Beatles perform at the New Musical Express All Winners concert in Wembley Stadium, introduced by Murray the K. On March 20th, 1964, the Beatles released their sixth single. In Britain alone, there are advance orders of over 1 million, and they appear on the popular British TV program Ready, Steady, Go to perform it. In America, they had 6 songs in the top 10, and this record joined them at the top. In the studio at the time, George Martin suggested a change in Paul's original structure of the song.
When they first sang it to me, they sort of da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and that was the beginning of the song. So I said, well, we really need a tag for the ending, we need a tag for the beginning, a kind of intro. And so what I did was I took the first few lines of the actual chorus and changed the ending of it. Said, right, let's just have these lines, and by altering the end of the second phrase, we can get back into the verse pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. And they said, hey, that's not a bad idea. Yes, okay, we'll do it that way.
Paul tells how they wrote the piece.
Can't Buy Me Love was written really when we were in Paris, yeah. We had to have a new record ready for recording in England, and we were going to record a song in Paris as well. So we wrote Can't Buy Me Love there, and we recorded the first track of it in Paris, and we finished it off in London. So it's a 2-country effort. It's double-tracked, you know.
Can't buy me love, love, can't buy me love. I'll buy you a diamond ring, my friend, if it makes you feel alright. I'll get you anything, my friend, if it makes you feel alright. 'Cause I don't care too much for money, but money can't buy me love. I'll give you all I've got to give if you say you love me too. I may not have a lot to give, but what I got I'll give to you. I don't care too much for money, but money can't buy me love, can't buy me love. Everybody tells me so, can't buy me love. No, 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 say you don't need no diamond rings and I'll be satisfied. Tell me that you want the kind of things the money just can't buy. I don't care too much for money, money can't buy me love. Money just can't buy. I don't care too much for money, money can buy me love, buy me love, love, buy me love.
Both sides of this new single had a harder edge and showed their growing confidence as rock writers. Here they talk about songwriting.
We just got a very informal approach. We've got no formula at all, you know, for writing songs. We just do it as it happens. Sometimes John can write a line of a song. He can come up and say,
things like that.
He could say that. He could just say that. He could just say that to me, and I could say, "No, John." And
often I disagree with Paul and say, which has been done so many times, it killed it.
But then sometimes, you know, we have a real row, and I say, "Listen here, John.
I don't think that's right. But it depends, you know. Sometimes there's a line that he does, and then I do a line. Or sometimes John can write a whole song. Can I? Yes, oh, he's a wonder when he gets going. Sometimes I can even do that.
The B-side of their new single was written by John in an attempt at being Wilson Pickett. It features John on lead guitar and vocals.
I got something to say that might cause you pain. If I catch you talking to that boy again, I'm gonna let you down and leave you flat. Because I told you before, oh, you can't do that. Well, it's the second time I caught you talking to him. Do I have to tell you one more time? I think it's a sin. I think I let you down. Let you down. And leave you flat. Gonna let you down and leave you flat. Because I told you before, oh, you can't do that. Everybody's green. 'Cause I'm the one who won your love. But if they'd seen you talking that way, they'd laugh in my face. So please listen to me if you wanna stay mine. I can't help my feelings, I go out of my mind. I'm gonna let you down. Let you down. And leave you flat. Gonna let you down and leave you flat. Because I told you before, oh, you can't do that. Oh! You can't do that. 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 Everybody's green. 'Cause I'm the one who won your love. But if they'd seen you talking that way, they'd laugh in my face. So please listen to me if you wanna stay mine. I can't help my feelings, I go out of my mind. I go and let you down. Let you down. And leave you flat. Gonna let you down and leave you flat. Because I told you before, oh, you can't do that.
On February 28th, Jane's brother Peter Asher, along with Gordon Waller, released a single written for them by Paul McCartney. It becomes a huge international hit record.
We got this recording contract, and we were talking to them about songs to record, and also about the fact that our recording manager didn't think that any of the songs we did were any good, or not good enough for an A-side.
He'd sort of given us the contract, but we're still thinking about what would be the best A-side, you know. And then they offered us this song. And we said, great, and we did it.
Please lock me away and don't allow the day here inside where I hide with my loneliness. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love. Birds sing out of tune and rain clouds hide the moon. I'm okay, here I'll stay with my loneliness. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love. So I wait, and in a while I will see my true love smile. She may come, I know not when. When she does, I'll know. So baby, until then, lock me away and don't allow the day here inside where I hide with my loneliness. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love. wait, and in a while I will see my true love smile. She may come, I know not when. When she does, I'll know. So baby, until then, lock me away, and don't allow the day here inside where I hide with my loneliness. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love.
On March 27th, the first 6 records on the Australian pop charts are Beatle records. In April, Ed Sullivan visits them on the set of A Hard Day's Night at the Twickenham Studios and films them for his TV program. On May 15th, 1964, Love Me Do, only a minor hit in Britain, reaches number 1 in Cashbox on the Tollies label. What a difference 18 months can make. On May 29th, Polydor releases worldwide Ain't She Sweet, sung by John Lennon from the Tony Sheridan recording in Hamburg, 1961. On June 3rd, Ringo collapses in a Barnes photographic session from exhaustion. This presents some problems as the Beatles are about to go on an extensive tour. George feels they should stay at home, but is persuaded to go with another drummer, Jimmy Nicol, who gets the thrill of a lifetime.
John and Paul readily agreed that it was a sensible thing to do to get a replacement. George Harrison was a little more difficult. In fact, he was downright truculent. He said, if Ringo's not going, then neither am I. He said, you can find 2 replacements. And Brian and I had quite a difficult time persuading him that it was in the interest of the group as a whole for him to go and put up with Jimmy Nicol. And so it went off quite all right. Apparently it wasn't too bad. Ringo stayed at home, and the group was a success, even without him.
Their first visit is Holland, where 50,000 people throng the streets and canals of Amsterdam as they tour the city. On June 5th, they perform on Dutch TV.
We'd like to carry on with this medley of songs, the songs which have been our records over the last year. We stick them all together in a sort of a medley. Please, please me, from me to you. She loves you. I'll hold your hand, all of them. Starting off with Love Me Do.
On June 8th, the Beatles fly to Hong Kong, stopping on the way in Beirut, where fans try to climb aboard the plane while they are sleeping. When they arrive in Hong Kong, they give 2 performances at the Princess Theatre. On June 11th, Ringo leaves the University College Hospital and flies to Australia to join the tour. A crowd of 10,000 waits at Melbourne Airport to greet him. Then, when he joins the other 3 Beatles, 250,000 people line the streets to see the 4 of them. At this point, the bad tastes of Beatlemania were slowly creeping into their lives. In Australia, George says,
we were 4 relatively sane people, and it's going around the world, and everybody else was going crackers. They were using us as an excuse to go mad. Oh, yeah, here come the Beatles. Yeah, crash. Let's smash up windows and, rip up limousines and just let's have fun and, go mad. And we're in the middle of it, getting the blame.
On June 19th, Parlophone releases an EP, Long Tall Sally. 4 songs that they'd been doing in their performance for years were on the record. Their version of Little Richard's rock classic is performed with the power and high energy that even Richard Penniman would respect. It was a great cover, with Paul doing his best Little Richard vocal, also some fine guitar by George. John wrote the next song in Liverpool and added the middle 8 when they moved to London. It was a huge hit for another Epstein artist in Britain, Billy J. Kramer.
I call your name, but you're not there. Was I to blame for being unfair? Oh, I can't sleep at night since you've been gone. I never weep at night. I can't go on. Don't you know I can't take it? I don't know who can. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not that kind of man. Oh, I can't sleep at night. But just the same, I never weep at night. I call your name. Don't you know I can't take it? I don't know who can. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not that kind of man. Oh, I can't sleep at night. But just the same, I never weep at night. I call your name. I call your name. I call your name.
Some nice work by George on his newly acquired electric 12-string guitar. A big influence on many rock and rollers was Larry Williams. Here, the Beatles do an admirable job on his classic Slow Down.
Well, come on, pretty baby, won't you walk with me? Come on, pretty baby, won't you talk with me? Come on, pretty baby, give me one more chance. Try to save our romance, slow down. Baby, now you're moving way too fast. You gotta give me little loving, give me little loving. Ow! If you want our love to last. Well, I used to walk you home, baby, after school, carry your books home too. But now you got a boyfriend down the street. Baby, what you trying to do? You better slow down. Baby, now you're moving way too fast. You gotta give me little loving, give me little loving. If you want our love to last.
The next piece on the EP was written and performed in 1957 by one of the greats on the Sun record label, Carl Perkins. His style of guitar playing and his music influenced thousands of young people, including the Beatles. This one is sung by Ringo.
I said I'm sitting here watching matchbox holding my clothes. I said I'm sitting here wondering, matchbox holding my clothes. I ain't got no matches, but I sure got a long way to go. I'm an old poor boy and I'm a long way from home. I'm an old poor boy and I'm a long way from home. I've never been happy 'cause everything I ever did was wrong. Well, if you don't want my peaches, honey, please don't shake my tree. If you don't want Ringo's peaches, honey, please don't mess around my tree. I got news for you, baby, leave you here in misery. All right.
During the recording of the EP, the Beatles put on tape a lot of their best stage performances. The results trickled out over the next releases. In June, Polydor Records releases an LP recorded by the Beatles with Pete Best as their drummer. This is the session backing Tony Sheridan, recorded in Hamburg in 1961. On July 2nd, the Beatles arrive back in London after their tour of Australia and New Zealand. Ringo says thank you for all the get well cards.
Oh, I'd like to thank everyone in the States for sending me telegrams and that, saying get well soon. Thank you, everybody.
The Beatles wonder if they will tour anymore after all these insane incidents. On July 3rd, the Beatles' former drummer Pete Best releases a record on the Decca label with his new band, the Pete Best 4. It's called I'm Gonna Knock on Your Door. On July 6th, Piccadilly Circus is closed to traffic as Princess Margaret and a throng of reporters and showbiz personalities attend the premiere of A Hard Day's Night at the London Pavilion. John and Paul give reporters their feelings about their acting.
Well, it's as good as anybody that makes a film who can't act,
We're not really actors, we're first of all singers and then sort of musicians of sorts, but last of all we're actors, so we didn't really know how to act. But lots of people on the film helped us with it. The real actors, like Wilfred Bramwell and Norman Rossington, who were in the film, helped us with it and told us one or two things to do. I just hope that people like this film and look forward to the next one, like we do.
When they return to Liverpool on July 10th for the northern opening of the film, 150,000 people line the streets to welcome the Beatles back home.
These are the fantastic scenes outside Liverpool Town Hall just after the Beatles arrived. The casualties, they've been put at about 100 by the St John ambulance men. They're falling like ninepins, the crush barriers are giving way. Liverpool's never seen anything like this. What's it feel like to come back to a big civic reception like this?
Very nice.
Did you ever imagine that this day was coming?
Never like
days?
this.
Now, it's about 7 months since you were in Liverpool last, appearing.
Officially.
Yeah. And some of the fans have been saying that, they feel that you've deserted them. What do you feel about
they're
that?
mainly the ones that never came to us. The people that are moaning about us not being here are people that never even came to see us when we were here. We could count on our fingers the original fans we had here, the ones that really followed us.
The movie was a pleasant surprise. The storyline was conceived after observing the Beatles in Paris at the Georges Cinq and while they were on tour in Dublin. Dick Lester, the film's director, explains.
Alan Walter and I went to Paris, where the Beatles were doing an Olympia concert at the beginning of '64 with Sylvie Vartan. We watched them in their hotel room in the George V, behaving in a way which was extraordinary. In other words, they were prisoners. They had come to Paris. I believe none of them had ever been to Paris before. They saw the car that took them there. They saw the backstage of the Olympia, and they went to their hotel room and stayed there, and sandwiches were brought up. And in essence, a screenplay began to form in our minds because we were watching it happen. And since we had already decided we wanted to make a documentary film, or a film which was a fictionalized documentary, all we were doing was just trying to keep our eyes open.
The film centers around the lives of 4 famous beat players trying to be sane and funny in an insane world. Actor Victor Spinetti.
I was in a car with them once where we couldn't move. We were on the way to the studios to film Hard Day's Night. We couldn't get out of the car because the street was absolutely blocked. Some girls grabbed hold of the back fender of the car and were dragged along the street, and their legs were scuffed, and they didn't care because it was done by the Beatles' car. And George was the first one to make a run for it, and the girl grabbed hold of him by the hair and tore it, and the blood just ran down his face. I mean, Beatlemania was an extraordinary occurrence.
The film succeeds because it captures the humorous and irreverent personalities of the Beatles. And equally important, it uses creative filming techniques along with some excellent photography. Victor Spinetti again.
Dick Lester had 5 cameras working at once because they never kept to the script. You didn't know what they were going to say. I mean, I remember many scenes that they cut out of the picture, which they honest to God, if one could get the outtakes of Hard Day's Night, one could make another movie. I mean, they took enough film to make Gone with the Wind. I mean, I remember walking on the set, and I was meant to be this television director, and saying, "You're late." Whatever it is, the line, "You should have been to rehearsals ages ago." And John would say, "You're not a television director, you're Victor Spinetti, acting a television director." And I would continue with my lines. Say, "I am from the BBC, and I have on my wall a certificate saying that I am from the BBC, and I am a director." And as I did that, I knocked the cymbals of Ringo's drums. And Ringo said, "Hey, he's fingering me cymbals." And John said, "Well, he's a famous cymbal fingerer." So I went up to Paul and I said, "Now listen, you're late." He said, "Oh, I'll give you such a kiss in a minute." And they were sending me up or putting me down because they had the cameras going all the time, 4 or 5 cameras at once. They got the essence of them. And that was the cleverness of that film.
As the filming progressed, they began to search for a title, but it wasn't until the shooting was almost completed that they finally found one. During a lunch break, John was kidding Ringo about the way he misused the English language.
It just came out. We went to do a job, and we worked all day, and we happened to work all night, and I came out still thinking it was day, I suppose, and said, "It's been a hard day." Looked around, it was dark, and said, "Night." And so we came to A Hard Day's Night.
All the Beatles enjoyed making the movie, and were asked by reporters which were their favorite moments.
A bit in the field. They just run it, and I just had to do whatever I thought of in the background.
Ringo's bit was the bit I liked as well. I like the field best, and then all Ringo stuff, and with them playing Ringo's theme over it. This boy,
I like the bit in the field on the screen. I like watching that bit. I think that bit's the best. But I don't know about making the film. I don't know. I think I enjoyed the scene in the bathroom, but just as in the film, I prefer the bit in the field.
It was on the set of A Hard Day's Night that George Harrison first met model Pattie Boyd, whom he married a year later. Also in July, the Beatles buy homes. John buys a £20,000 house in the picturesque village of Weybridge in Surrey. George buys a bungalow in Esher, and Paul buys his father a 5-bedroom house 15 miles out of Liverpool. On July 10, 1964, Parlophone releases the soundtrack LP from the movie A Hard Day's Night. The album included the 7 songs used in the film, plus 6 other songs that John and Paul had written. The Beatles had actually done 6 songs for the film, but after having chosen the title, producer Walter Shenson decided he needed a title song. John explained that all of the music had been written and recorded already, and that he couldn't see where the song would fit in. Shenson said that it would go over the credits and asked him if he could come up with a song for it. Walter Shenson describes what happened next.
The next morning, I was summoned to John's dressing room by the assistant director, saying that John wanted to see me. And I walked into the dressing room, and John and Paul were standing there with their guitars at the ready. And John said, listen, and he took a matchbook out of his pocket. I don't have one, but he put it down, and there were some lyrics on it. And Paul and John sang to me A Hard Day's Night. Now, I had ordered this song the night before.
George Martin not only produced and arranged the album, but on the title track he plays piano, doubling the guitar line.
In Hard Day's Night itself, we wanted a particularly strident beginning. And there's that guitar chord, which was very, you identify it straight away as being A Hard Day's Night.
It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night, I should be sleeping like a log. But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do will make me feel alright. You know I work all day to get your money to buy a thing, and it's worth it just to hear you say you're gonna give me everything. So why on earth should I moan? 'Cause when I get you alone, you know I feel okay. When I'm home, everything seems to be right. When I'm home, feeling you holding me tight, tight, yeah. It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night, I should be sleeping like a log. But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do will make me feel alright. So why on earth should I moan? 'Cause when I get you alone, you know I feel okay. When I'm home, everything seems to be right. When I'm home, feeling you holding me tight, tight, yeah. It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night, I should be sleeping like a log. But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do will make me feel alright. You know I feel alright. You know I feel alright.
The second track, written by John and Paul, is again in the key of G. The song is heard early in the film during a railway sequence when the Beatles are seen playing cards in the guard's van of the train. It has the same feel and rhythm as the title track, and again George Harrison uses the distinctive sound of the 12-string electric Rickenbacker. It's the same instrument that made America's folk rock group The Byrds sound so different. This became the B-side of the Hard Day's Night single in North America.
I should have known better with a girl like you, that I would love everything that you do, and I do. Hey, 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 and I do. Oh, 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 I never realized You're gonna say you love me too. Oh, and when I ask you to be mine, you're gonna say you love me too. You love me too. You love me too. You love me too.
The next number is a romantic piece by Lennon and McCartney. Although most of it was written by John, it has some great harmony and double tracking by John and Paul. The singing is pure Beatle.
If I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true and help me understand? 'Cause I've been in love before, and I found that love was more than just holding hands. If I give my heart to you, I must be sure from the very start that you would love me more than her. If I trust in you, oh please, don't run and hide if I love you too. Oh please, don't hurt my pride like her, 'cause I couldn't stand the pain, and I would be sad if our new love was in vain. So I hope you see that I would love to love you, and that she will cry when she learns we are two. 'Cause I couldn't stand the pain, and I would be sad if our new love was in vain. So I hope you see that I would love to love you, and that she will cry when she learns we are two. If I fell in love with you.
John wrote the next song for George to sing in the movie.
Before this dance is through, I think I love you too. I'm so happy when you dance with me. I don't want to kiss or hold your hand. If it's funny, try and understand. There is really nothing else I'd rather do, 'cause I'm happy just to dance with you. I don't need to hug or hold you tight. I just want to dance with you all night. In this world there's nothing I would rather do, 'cause I'm happy just to dance with you. Just to dance with you is everything I need. Before this dance is through, I think I love you too. I'm so happy when you dance with me. If somebody tries to take my place, let's pretend we just can't see his face. In this world there's nothing I would rather do, 'cause I'm happy just to dance with you. Just to dance with you is everything I need. Before this dance is through, I think I love you too. I'm so happy when you dance with me. If somebody tries to take my place, let's pretend we just can't see his face. In this world there's nothing I would rather do. I've discovered I'm in love with you, 'cause I'm happy just to dance with you.
On the next track, Paul McCartney shows off his gift for writing beautiful melodies. It's in the same mold as A Taste of Honey and Till There Was You, but this time, instead of using somebody else's melody, Paul used his own. The song was inspired by his girlfriend, Jane Asher. Paul and John play acoustic guitars, George and Ringo are on claves and bongos, and there's a beautiful lead guitar by George.
I give her all my love, that's all I do. And if you saw my love, you'd love her too. I love her. She gives me everything, and tenderly the kiss my lover brings, she brings to me, and I love her. A love like ours could never die, as long as I have you near me. Bright are the stars that shine, dark is the sky. I know this love of mine will never die, and I love her. Bright are the stars that shine, dark is the sky. I know this love of mine will never die, and I love her.
Here, John and Paul harmonize perfectly on a great rocker.
Tell me why you cried and why you lied to me. Tell me why you cried and why you lied to me. Well, I gave you everything I had, but you left me sitting on my own.
Side 1 also included Can't Buy Me Love, which we've already played. During the filming of the movie, it became apparent that no more than 6 songs could be included in the soundtrack. Any more songs would have left insufficient screen time for the action of the plot. But it seemed a shame to hold back the release of the other songs that they had written, for they were all of such high quality. Eventually, the decision was made to record all of the material that John and Paul had penned, and include those extra titles on the second side of the album. This made A Hard Day's Night the first album to contain only original Lennon and McCartney material. In North America, however, A Hard Day's Night was released as a soundtrack of the film and contained only the material performed on the screen. It was filled out to an album with the inclusion of 4 instrumentals by George Martin and orchestra, and the music track of I Should Have Known Better.
I did all the background scoring and the arranging of the music for the film, and the planning of the title and so on. And it all had to be done terribly quickly, of course. And it worked out quite well. In fact, I was very lucky and I got an Academy Award nomination for it, which was really terribly unjust because it was really basically the boys' work.
Most of the remaining songs that had been released on the British album appeared in North America on a filler album released on July 20th called Something New. With the exception of I'll Cry Instead, Side 2 of the British release was recorded from the 1st to 3rd of June. The opening track has a powerful lead vocal by John, backed up by Paul and George.
Anytime at all. Anytime at all. Anytime at all. All you gotta do is go, and I'll be there. If you need somebody to love, just look into my eyes. I'll be there to make you feel right. If you're feeling sorry and sad, I'd really sympathize. Don't you be sad, just call me tonight. Anytime at all. Anytime at all. Anytime at all. All you gotta do is go, and I'll be there. If the sun has faded away, I'll try to make it shine. There is nothing I won't do. When you need a shoulder to cry on, I hope it will be mine. Call me tonight and I'll come to you. Anytime at all. Anytime at all. Anytime at all. All you gotta do is go, and I'll be there. Anytime at all. Anytime at all. Anytime at all. All you gotta do is go, and I'll be there. Anytime at all. All you gotta do is go, and I'll be there.
Director Dick Lester didn't like this one enough to include it in the film, so it was relegated to Side 2. The song was vindicated shortly after its release by becoming a hit in the U.S.
I got every reason on earth to be mad, 'cause I just lost the only girl I had. If I could get my way, I'd get myself locked up today, but I can't, so I cry instead. I got a chip on my shoulder that's bigger than my feet. I can't talk to people that I meet. If I could see you now, I try to make you sad somehow, but I can't, so I cry instead. Don't wanna cry when there's people there. I get shy when they start to stare. I'm gonna lock myself away, hey, but I'll come back again someday. And when I do, you better hide all the girls. I'll show you what your loving man can do. Until then, I'll cry instead. Don't wanna cry when there's people there. I get shy when they start to stare. I'm gonna hide myself away, hey, but I'll come back again someday. And when I do, you better hide all the girls, 'cause I'm gonna break their hearts all around the world. Yes, I'm gonna break them in two and show you what your loving man can do. Until then, I'll cry instead.
The day the album was released, Parlophone also released a single which featured Hard Day's Night as the A-side. The B-side was this Paul McCartney song, which is based on just 2 chords. It was played on their acoustic guitars.
You say you will love me if I have to go. You'll be thinking of me. Somehow I will know. Someday when I'm lonely, wishing you weren't so far away, then I will remember things we said today. You say you'll be mine, girl, till the end of time. These days such a kind girl seems so hard to find. Someday when we're dreaming, deep in love, not a lot to say, then we will remember things we said today. Me, I'm just the lucky kind. Love to hear you say that love is love. And though we may be blind, love is here to stay, and that's enough to make you mine, girl. Be the only one. Love me all the time, girl. We'll go on and on. Someday when we're dreaming, deep in love, not a lot to say, then we will remember things we said today. Me, I'm just the lucky kind. Love to hear you say that love is love. And though we may be blind, love is here to stay, and that's enough to make you mine, girl. Be the only one. Love me all the time, girl. We'll go on and on. Someday when we're dreaming, deep in love, not a lot to say, then we will remember things we said today.
The next track is another John Lennon song with Paul and George backing. Also on this side of the album was the B-side of a single, You Can't Do That, which we've already heard. The next track, I'll Be Back, is a strong melody from John Lennon.
You know, if you break my heart, I'll go, but I'll be back again. 'Cause I told you once before goodbye, but I came back again. I love you so, I'm the one who wants you. Yes, I'm the one who wants you. Oh, 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 oh. You could find better things to do than to break my heart again. This time I will try to show that I'm not trying to pretend. I thought that you would realize that if I ran away from you, that you would want me to. But I got a big surprise. Oh, 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 you could find better things to do than to break my heart again. This time I will try to show that I'm not trying to pretend. I wanna go, but I hate to leave you. You know I hate to leave you. Oh, 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 you. If you break my heart, I'll go, but I'll be back again.
There you have it, the album A Hard Day's Night. The critics said the Beatles were the greatest songwriters since Schubert, while the film actually documented the hysteria that was Beatlemania.